Hello everybody.
Hello everyone.
So today, I have to stop shaking my leg. So today we're going to do our first act in a series of acts that will kind of talk about the behind the scenes of making an amateur Let's Play. A lot of times when you see people's Let's Plays, you see the final product, you don't really see the behind the scenes. Or if you do, it's, they have their own office, or it's very fancy, and we are certainly not at that level. But we thought it might be interesting that if you are interested in doing Let's Plays, then one, this is kind of a setup that you may have, and two, if you're interested in doing Let's Plays, talk to us, collaborate, be part of the journey, have fun, contact us. Okay, anyways,
and
so sorry for the phone.
Subscribe and like, and
Right, so the obligatory advertisements. So anyways, so this is my desk, and it's kind of a mess right now because everything gets moved around quite a bit, and you're going to have a nice setup and it's going to be all great, but then you're going to run into what we run into, which is a fire hazard that is the spaghetti mess that is behind my desk, because it also encompasses as a workstation for all the music stuff that I do separately and also for Cabaret gamers.
There's like 14 things here that need like 3 wires going in and out of it at once.
Yeah, it's crazy. So gear-wise, let's talk about that, and we'll ignore the sound that I just accidentally made because there's wires on the floor as well. So this is generally what my view is when I'm looking at a Let's Play, or when we're recording rather. To my right, I have a Lenovo Y700, and I'm sure you're thinking, Lenovo for gaming? But ignoring that, you get what you can afford, and you get what you think is right at the time, and you hope that it works out. And luckily, for the most part, this has been a great laptop, and I recommend it. Moving on, we're just going to do the hardware for right now. We're going to get into a little bit more detail for the editing process, but that's not really that important. We want to keep this short, and I'm sure you would like to keep it short because my hands are not steady. Okay, so we have the controllers, blah, blah, blah. Here we have a Samsung G-Track USB condenser microphone. If you're not into microphones or not into audio gear, just get a condenser microphone. Probably get a USB one. It makes life easy. It keeps it simple. And this is situated right in between Rabies and I. Rabies is getting her microphone that she just bought, which is
I haven't actually used it yet.
We haven't used it yet.
But
and all the audio for this video is actually coming from the G-Track, and I'll explain that in a minute.
But if you wanted to go a little cheaper, this is it comes with a stand. I'm too lazy to find it right now.
In a bag.
In a bag. It came with a nice, fancy, pretty bag. But it's pretty heavy. It feels really good. I haven't tried it yet, but I could afford it. It was on sale, I think, at the time I got it, right?
I think so, maybe.
Yeah. From Sweetwater, because they're really good.
Awesome.
They're
if you're
awesome.
going to buy any of this gear, buy
gear
audio gear,
from
buy from
Sweetwater.
Sweetwater. This is not a paid endorsement or anything like that.
No, but
I wish.
They put candy when they deliver it to you.
They do. It's
and
awesome.
they call you. It's great. Anyway.
Okay, so moving on, the hardware, the actual capture device. Once again, sorry about the shaky hand. Is an Hauppauge HD PVR Gaming Edition 2 Plus. I believe that's the name. And right next to it is the PS4 that we're using for a lot of the Let's Plays that we're doing right now. Now, the PS4 goes into the Hauppauge, which the Hauppauge via HDMI, and then out through another HDMI, it goes into the TV, where we get to see the gameplay. And then that gets connected from the Hauppauge into our, thank you, Rabies, into our laptop here. And this is the view. This is their proprietary software that you can monitor the game. But personally, I don't recommend it just because, as Rabies will demonstrate, there is a delay. So here, check this out.
So we cannot watch the game from the computer as much as we would like to because there is a pretty long delay.
And
And there
Boom!
it is.
So it gets very distracting, and
that also includes the sound. So video game sound is delayed too. It's really annoying.
right. And if you watch one of the Ratchet and Clank games, I think episode 1, you'll see us mid-game change the way that we do Let's Plays because it became unbearable.
Like we had our headphones on, and it was so out of sync, and we just couldn't handle it anymore.
So be prepared for these kinds of things if you want to try to do this. That you're going to try a lot of different ways until you find what works for you. And it's all in the name of progress and having fun. The audio for this, like I said, we're using this microphone right now. And you can tell that we're only halfway on the mic gain. The reason being is it's always good to have a lot of headroom. Don't put it up all the way. You're just introducing a lot of noise. Anyways, we use Audacity for our commentary audio. The reason being is Audacity is really easy. It's free. You need a separate encoder called Lame, which is kind of like a plugin for Audacity, so you can convert it to an MP3 because WAV files are gigantic. And right now you can see that we're capturing the audio for this, and we'll sync it later, and maybe we'll show you how we do that. Actually, for this video, we might do that as part of Act 2. Which is the editing, or 3, or whatever we're ultimately going to do. But anyways, where's the mouse? There it is. Back to this. What I want to show you with this is we have the sound muted on here so that we can keep the sound up on the TV. The TV is very low on volume, but enough that we can hear. We're only like 2 feet away from the screen.
I think if I were to mute when I'm editing, if I were to mute the game audio and you would only hear our commentary, you can kind of hear it just a little bit. It also helps with syncing. It's very useful for syncing.
But when everything is at the proper volume and connected, you're not going to hear the TV volume. Plus, this is not an omnidirectional mic. This is a directional mic, so the sound is only coming towards. You're not.
It's only going to pick up from here, not here.
Yeah, thank you.
There you go.
And if the last thing, because this video ran way longer than we thought it would, we have not selected a microphone in the Hauppauge, and the reason being is we're not recording the our commentary through this software. We're doing it through Audacity, so that means we can have the video game volume, the in-game volume, at any volume that we like, and we can edit it later. And we can adjust it, or Rabies can adjust it however she wants to, whatever she feels is appropriate to match our audio for the commentary audio. So anyway, so those are all the pieces of hardware that we use, except for Rabies' laptop and Rabies' desktop. And the other parts that we'll hopefully get out will be the editing process, some of the artwork that Rabies does, and some of the music that I do, and then you can see how this is all put together. But I'm going to pan out a little bit. Excuse the mess again. And this is kind of a setup that you may have at home if you're just starting out. And while it is a budget setup,
it works.
It works. It gets the job done. And if you like the videos that we do, these are some pieces of gear that you may be interested in looking at, and be prepared for things to go wrong and to feel all sorts of emotions that are frustrating and happy and everything in between. But the whole process is kind of fun to do.
A lot's gonna go wrong, though. Do you want to tell the audience what went wrong today?
We'll save that for another video because that's just going to infuriate me more at this point. This video was supposed to be out already, but like every step of the way, everything that could go wrong seemingly has gone wrong, even for a video like this. But it's part of a learning process, and it really represents what we're trying to do with this project. So anyways, if you have any questions about how to hook things up or anything like that, look at the manufacturer's website, because chances are we don't know. And we hope you enjoyed this. Sorry about the shaky camera. That's just my hands. And these are the pieces of gear that we use, and maybe we'll explain some other things later. Please like and share and subscribe, and check out our Facebook page. Thank you. Bye. Rabies.
Bye.
Bye.